whenever
to
whoever's talking.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's professional. It's a professional one.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
We're going to talk. Daniel and I have known each other for a while, and we've both been on a very weird parallel journey in life, and we occasionally cross over and meet up. But both of us have been recently watched the wonderful movie on Netflix called Leave the World Behind.
mm-hmm.
It was produced by Barack and Michelle Obama.
Michael.
No, whatever, Michael Obama. But it's but um, what what I think what we really noticed about the heavy-handed propaganda and symbolism and fear that it was pushing for some form of acceptance that we're on the precipice of Armageddon. It's the same to me. It's like I remember in the 1950s and 60s when they did the propaganda little cartoons and little movies that were
Cold War related? Or?
yeah, well, they were called. I mean, there was a series of them called Duck and Cover.
Oh, well, right.
Yeah, and it was
I know about
on
that.
TV. Yeah, but I mean, it was on. There was a lot of propaganda saying, learn to live with the bomb, because we're all going to go eventually. And it's like, well, this is not even saying we're going to go eventually. We're on the precipice right now, and we have to trust those that are in charge. And obviously, the ones that are in charge are the ones with the most money, with the most propaganda. So what are they doing it for? They're trying to keep us in fear. What are we in fear of? Armageddon. Well, I'm not in fear of Armageddon. I mean, if it ends tomorrow, I've had a good innings.
That's my question about this, actually. So, a lot of like predictive programming goes for decades in advance, but this is kind of the same thing where it's implying this quote unquote cyber attack or whatever. It gives you this idea that it could be now or it could be a long time from now. But what if they just like pull the plug tomorrow, like you just said?
Well, if they pull the plug tomorrow, then we learn to live without the plug. It's not a big deal. I mean,
Yeah.
the thing is, it's like what they is we can't live without oil.
That is what the movie's saying.
Yeah,
we can't live without.
We can't live without oil. We can't live without cars. We can't live without autonomy. We can't live. You know what? Humankind
Adopt.
Yeah,
We adapt.
Humankind.
Yeah.
I mean, right at the very beginning of the pandemic, I said to my kids, "There are two words you need to really, really focus on, and one of them's adaptation, and the other one is diversity.
Yeah.
Be diverse. Don't get stuck in a little funnel, and it's very important. Learn to do lots of other different things.
That's what I try to encourage my kid, but he's stuck on the screen a lot of the time.
Well,
it's addictive.
It is addictive. I mean,
that's kind of another point of the movie too.
Yeah, I mean,
they're addicted to the screens.
Charlie Brooker, I mean, he was a wonderful journalist, and he ended up doing that series Black Mirror, which they were all about. Ooh, if this happens, but it got too close to reality. The things that I mean, I saw him interviewed, and he was saying, I don't know if I can scare people anymore with what's coming, because they're already there. And it's like, it's not that he was trying to scare people, he was trying to warn people. He's a very good writer,
right?
Great journalist.
One of my favorite episodes in Black Mirror was the one with the social media where everyone rated each other. Scores. I loved that episode. Yeah. That was fantastic.
So the only reason I've agreed to this interview is because you've got better figures than me. So I might be able to shirt tail on your social media and get my score up. So So I'm trying to get my score up by going on Daniel's.
But what happened to her at the end of she became real.
Absolutely.
She expressed her real self.
Absolutely.
Because it always comes out.
Well, it does. And I mean, the closing seed of Leave the World Behind, of the bigoted white lady who's dominant in this, Julia Roberts. I mean,
She
obviously,
hates everyone. She
but
hates people.
but
Yeah.
yeah, but the end scene where she's holding hands with the young black girl who was the other female lead in it, and she's holding hands, looking out at New York with the bomb going off. It's like they didn't even make it a comedy. There was no comedic content in it. I mean, at least with Doctor Strangelove,
There was.
it's
It
like
was absurd.
it was poking fun at the idea that, so what if you want to blow up the world, go fuck yourself. I mean,
Yeah.
the important go, yeah, you want to do that, that's fine.
This movie was completely just sinister.
Hopeless. Yeah,
it was hopeless, sinister. That's it. Yeah.
And the thing is, it's like, what was the Shepherd Fairy poster that got Obama into office?
Yeah.
What did it say on the bottom? Hope. And this is the most hopeless.
That's my point. That's why I can't stop talking about this movie.
Yeah.
Is because
why would
a former president comes out with a movie about the destruction of his country, and it's the #1 movie in the country, right?
Right.
And I don't see that many people asking questions like, why would he come out with a movie about America destroyed?
I mean, probably because he wants to destroy America, because as a it's come out in the press, and it's come out so many different times. The man is a dyed-in-the-wool Marxist.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, he's seen it go the opposite direction. And now, I'm not buying into the political narrative. I'm not really a political person. I'm an anarchist. I don't want government. I don't want anybody telling me how to live my life. I'm good. I don't need that. But this paradigm of left-right, it's now what used to be a small pendulum swing left and right.
Yeah.
It's now way out there, right and left, right?
Yeah.
So he's seeing it creeping away from where he wants it to go. He wants it to go all the way this way.
Yeah.
And he's seeing it creeping away the other way. And he's like, wow, I got to get him back in fear. And so America's done. He wants America done. Why? Because it's liberty and freedom. He doesn't want liberty and freedom. He wants the slavery what's the name of the tanker that comes up? White Lion.
Slavery.
The
slave ship.
One of the first slave ships. So the symbology is so hopeless that it's got to get people to a point. And the other symbology that I saw all the way through it, the one that keeps coming up, that was very weird, and it was well done.
The bucks, the deer
in the headlights.
Remember the deer in iPad Go? Yeah.
Deer in the headlights. That's what they want of us. They want automatons.
Yeah.
Deer in the headlights.
But what do you think was that? One thing the movie didn't explain was what was actually happening to the deer.
Well, they did explain. There was a little tiny.
There were sonic weapons, right?
But there was a little radio thing that he picked up, and it's like animals that have lost their migration patterns
because they don't have
the grid's down, and it's like.
What do they
use the fucking?
They don't. That's my point. Yeah, they don't use.
The flamingos landing in the pool.
Yeah.
What a load of shit! It's like he's saying, what they're saying in the movie is everybody's reliant on the technology, and if the technology goes, so now who do we look to save us? Oh, the technocrat. I don't want technology to save humankind. I want humans to save humankind.
Right.
If there is such a thing, but we don't even need to save it. We need to live our lives. We don't need to fucking to be slaves to anything. But it was all about slavery. It was all about racism, about division. It was all about hopelessness. It was about.
It was a really dark movie. It was really dark.
It was dark, but it was heavy-handed propaganda.
It was propaganda, no doubt.
Totally. I mean, it's Edward Bernays would have been so happy.
You heard about the QR code on the map of America? Have you heard about that?
Yes.
and it leads to an abandoned amusement park in West Virginia, which, by the way, I've been very close to that amusement park, by the way. And there's some kind of Native American legend associated with that. There's also a bunch of 666s in the movie that are hidden all over, people have found.
Yeah.
And that's kind of my next question, though. So you're talking about the technocrats,
Yeah.
and they want to come in as the saviors. So people are hooked on technology, and then they take it away. And then if you want it back, you'll have to, submit, right? Or
Right.
bow your knee to them.
Well, you have to
Pretty,
give in to the billionaire technocrats,
yeah.
and
Misty Moon says hi.
I miss
Yeah.
the the ones where all the Teslas are crashing into each other, but it's okay. Nobody got hurt.
I still don't understand that scene. Why were they?
Well, the GPS systems have
Oh,
gone
we're okay.
haywire,
Yeah.
and
Okay. Yeah.
whatever, they're self-driving, self-parking cars, but
Yeah.
nobody got. There was even I think even Julia Roberts used the line,
Yeah.
it's okay that there's no people in it,
Yeah.
so it's like it's okay because nobody got hurt. Well, of course people got hurt making the bloody cars. I mean, and it's like I don't know. I mean, a lot of people are starting to revere people like Elon Musk as some sort of savior. Well, look at what he's really doing. I mean, you got to look at things like, you know,
Neuralink.
yeah. I mean, that one, two things that are actually very involved in the movie is the Starlink network, which
Yeah.
is supposedly the grid that's going to
The
give us all
the
these
Starlink that
robots.
saved Ukraine, right?
Or did it really? And
Yeah.
we don't want to get into that. But the point is, it's having a mind like Elon Musk is, if he gets a harebrained idea, he sees it through to fruition and it becomes commercially viable, right?
Yeah.
Because he's got the money to put behind it and he's got the power, and he, he's a very intelligent man. I'd love to sit down and talk to him, but the thing is, it's like a kid being given a machine gun and like working out, oh, so this is how the safety comes off.
He's scatterbrained.
So if I aim it over here, well, yeah, there might be somebody.
The bullets will go all over the place.
Yeah, and to me, you gotta be really aware that the technology in and of itself will not save humankind. It can't. This fear of AI. I mean, I wrote many years ago a song called Artificial Intelligence, and it's, to me, it's just the commercialization of technology. How can we make more money and stay in power from a technological viewpoint? I read Future Shock by Alvin Toffler in the 70s, and that's why I called my band Tunnel Mental, because Alvin Toffler kept talking about how there's going to be this generational gap because technology is going to be this fast, and humans are going to go slowly towards it, and a lot of people are going to feel completely isolated,
right?
Because they don't understand the technology that's running them, and so that he called some form of tunnel vision. Well, I recognized even in the 70s when I read it, because it was a brilliant book explaining how this disconnect happens. It's at some point it became a contrived disconnect where the elites said, oh yeah, we could use all those tools to enslave them even more. And that's where the technocrats and the plutocrats and the oligarchs, and they started investing in technology. I mean, Microsoft, that it all just.
Here's my. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, but underneath it all, we're still all humans that just need love.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And we can't get love from a freaking robot, no matter how hard you try. You just can't. It's not an interface that works.
You're right.
You've chatted at great length.
Replica. Replica. No, you're absolutely right.
You can't fall in love with it.
Absolutely not. No. Not a chance.
No.
And here's my next question, though. Okay, yes. I don't know if you saw my posts about Obama visiting a school.
Oh yes.
In the south side of Chicago.
Right, and it being very similar to IPEC Go 2, where Reagan visited the school during the 9/11
Not Reagan, Bush.
All bloody same.
They're all the same.
Yeah.
But
Same.
no, but
Well,
did you know
I mean,
this
my
though?
new song, same bloke, different hat on.
Did you know
That's the
that?
same. That's what they do. They interchange. They
Yeah.
interface. You know, Face Off.
Yeah, that movie. Yeah.
Yeah, but have you seen? I mean, I work in the film industry. I work with a lot of special effects people.
Yeah.
There's complete change, rubber mask that I could pick
Yeah.
up out of camera here and just pop on, and I'd be a completely different human being. And
Yep.
then you just dub the voice on.
Yeah. But did you know about the school? Because you're talking about technology.
Right.
Did you know that the logo for that school is a DNA strand combined with a robot? Like you just said.
Neuralink.
Yeah. Or
we must. I mean, this is
if you want to ascend, quote unquote, ascend,
right.
you gotta join the technocrats, right?
What a load of shit. I you know, I mean, but to think that there's a form of entertainment. I mean, I watch stuff occasionally. I'm not a big TV fan, but
yeah.
I've been watching movies my whole life in the film and entertainment business. I liked movies. It's fun, but
yeah.
This is not even like normally. There's some redeeming factor, you know. There always used to be some sort of like redeeming quality of the movie. This doesn't redeem itself all the way through. It's fear. Oh, more fear. Oh, more fear. Oh, more fear. I mean, it's like, will you stop? It's just, what are you frightened of?
You're just beating a dead horse.
Yeah, I mean, Ethan Hawke is a great actor.
Oh, I love him. Gattaca. Speaking of futuristic movies, Gattaca.
Well,
he was in that.
Yeah, and that too. I mean, see, the thing is with dystopian movies and dystopian books, dystopian literature.
Yeah.
You know, Orwell and Huxley and you know, many others. But it's like they had a message, and the message was, don't go this way. And I don't think Leave the World Behind is predictive programming. I don't consider it to be predictive programming, because predictive programming is saying this is for a future event. This is just more fear. Can you see yourself enjoying your life without all the conveniences? Okay. And it's like, no. I mean, I'd rather be dead than lose my phone. I mean, I know kids that would say that.
You make a good point.
So have we already? It's not predictive. Are we already there? You know that? Are we there yet? I think we might be.
That's the one thing I'm going to disagree with you. In my opinion, I do think it is predictive programming, because they want to take it away and then give it back in a future time when lots of people are dead after a civil war and the country's in chaos.
A disaster.
A sort of catastrophe.
Yeah,
They'll give it back to you, but it'll come with a price.
Right.
You'll have to give them something in return.
Yeah, I mean, that's the Kissinger effect. It's like,
I hope to God you're right, though.
Yeah.
But that's my opinion. I think it is.
My friends are in a band in East End of London. I don't wish anybody to die.
Yeah.
He had a very long life.
He lived long.
Any politician. I mean, he advised, and if you really do think that there is a left and right paradigm in all politics all over the world, you're wrong.
Phone. That's okay. If it happens again, we'll just... Right. I think you made some fantastic points, though. Yeah. I think it's worth.
Have you been putting the phone put on you at all?
A little bit.
Well, I mean, come on, Daniel, it's yours.
Oh, you want me to say something?
Yeah, I mean, of course. I've been saying, but you've been asking me questions, and I've been able to answer. But I talk too much.
Well, no, that's fine, because what you're saying is brilliant, and I love it.
It's just how I see the world.
Okay, I will explain why I feel it's predictive programming. Okay, because one thing that gave it away to me, and that's the bucks, specifically the buck deers that were in the movie all over the place.
Right.
And the exit sign in iPad Go 2 has the buck on the left when you see the Bucks going crazy, you got to exit.
Mhm.
And they're telling the elites to exit. They don't give a crap about us. We die.
Right.
That doesn't matter. But the elites must exit when the Bucks go crazy. That's
Right.
kind of. And there was a reference to a bunny. Remember the reference to the bunny ears? Ethan Hawke?
Oh yes, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah,
He's
yeah,
like, oh, the antennas are like
yeah, yeah,
bunny
yeah,
ears.
yeah,
So, like the bunny, the
yeah,
rabbit.
yeah.
So,
Yeah. I mean,
the thing that's complicated though is to figure out like a time frame because okay, Pedgo 2 was made in 2012
mhm.
and the second quote unquote event hasn't happened yet and it's been a decade or more. And that's kind of the point. So this movie now came out. If they're going to do it, is it going to be a decade from now? Nobody really knows. That's
Well,
the thing.
yeah. I mean, but then you've got to look at it as an isolated incident, though,
Yeah.
because it's it's weird. It's like they even get silly with it, and I say silly. It's not funny. It's just like childlike. It's silly. The
Oh
fact
no,
that
the whole movie
yeah,
is.
but it's like a drone dropping
Yeah.
pamphlets saying "Death to America"
That is really silly.
after
Yeah.
the event. I mean,
It's super dumb.
it's yeah.
And then like Kevin Bacon
Oh
said
yeah,
that
saying
one
it's
side
Korean.
Korean,
Yeah,
right?
it's like,
And the other side was Arabic. Or the
right.
East Coast was
Yeah, yeah,
Arabic, right?
yeah. Whatever.
That's so strange.
Well, it's weird. It's like but
Yeah.
it's like what they never really do tackle is is what they're really trying to push over, which is they want us to be as subservient as
Yeah.
possible to
Yeah.
the powers that be
Yeah.
for our own security,
Yep.
and yet we're still in fear of the foreigner.
Right.
We
The
should
terrorist.
if we really do need to fight this war on terror, it's like the war on drugs. There's more drugs. The war on terror. There's
Yeah.
more terror.
Yep.
But if we really do want to tackle terrorism in any way, then just look to your own government.
Pretty much.
I mean, they're terrorizing you. I mean, this is terror.
Yeah. We got a comment. My friend Dan, who lives in San Diego. We're in LA, Dan. That's where we are right now. So if anyone local wants to hang out with us tomorrow, come
Yeah,
with us.
have fun.
Yeah, we're gonna go to a Buddhist temple in Hacienda Heights.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody want to hang out with us? Come on down.
Yep.
Um, the movie seemed very contrived, Dan says. Could have been done better.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, they don't tie everything together, no.
yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's like,
Yeah,
if you could
yeah.
just,
Dan is
Just-
very Mandela
just-
affected.
yeah, but
Yeah.
if you could just watch it as a
Yeah.
movie and just try and not think about it being
Yeah.
a propaganda pop piece for, whoever is funding it, the left or the right.
What if it was made for the elites? The movie. Even though the whole country saw it, what if it was made for them? I don't know. It's just a theory.
Well, there's a good possibility that that the elites need to
Yeah.
know that they're okay because they're the ones in the bunker.
Like you said earlier, they fear death.
Right.
They fear, yep.
Oh, there's a generator going off somewhere.
Yeah. I think we'll end in like 5 minutes. We're already going for 25, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry about the noise. Generator outside. It'll
Yeah.
cut out in a minute. There it goes.
Yeah.
As yeah, if it is made for the elites, then it actually, like when Kevin Bacon on the porch and the confrontation, but at that point, that eventually the pleading and the begging, and this is the other thing. It's like the Ethan Hawke is trying to save his family.
Yep.
Whether or not you want to buy into it or not, he's trying to save his family, and he has to beg,
Mm-hmm.
literally beg.
And he looks
To get-
pathetic doing it.
Yeah,
He looks
literally,
pathetic
Yeah, and they make him look pathetic
on
and
purpose.
he's begging for drugs
Mm-hmm.
for his child.
Speaking of which, when that kid had his teeth,
Yeah.
I had a really vivid dream one time where I was pulling my teeth like that too.
Oh wow,
That's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
disturbing. Yeah.
it is disturbing. But
Yeah.
but when he's begging, it's like, and then you know, the Kevin Bacon character says, you know, you should try the Smiths up the road or whatever they're called, you know, because he was a contractor and he built the house for the other main guy in the movie.
Yeah.
But he said, yeah, they wouldn't even let me see the plans for the bunker that was being built by another company for this millionaire house that's up there.
Yeah.
I mean, but the whole idea of this is the nuclear family, it's like, well, the nuclear families can afford, like, they're, you know, sitting around, oh, I got bored with my life, so we decided to rent a house out in Long Island for the weekend. So,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I'm sorry,
You
but
know, Dan says something fantastic that just makes your point clear. He said everyone seemed almost lethargic in their reaction to the end. Yeah, they were. They're like,
yeah.
It's, the whole movie had like this element of total absurdity.
But also the sexual tension thing.
Oh, the sexual stuff was weird.
Oh, it's so strange. I mean, the Julia Roberts, trying to
R&B dance. That was
trying to dance with this dude, and it's like, I mean, for God's sake, do it or don't. You know, I mean, But there was this. It's like, but the fact that she's, you know, marginally racist and is now interacting.
Well, race played a huge part of it. Black and white thing.
Horrible.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, it's not that I don't see color, because I do. I mean, gosh, I love color. Look at me. But it's like, it made it more racist to point out the subtle racism in Julia Roberts' character, and then have it turned on its head by the daughter, you know,
who's accusing the Ethan Hawke,
of being a pedophile. It's like, oh, you know, or, you know, having sex with the students. But it's like, the whole thing was just like, please, is this aimed at 13-year-olds?
That's the whole movie, like, gave me this vibe. Let me just say this. The movie made me uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
It made me very uncomfortable. And just like after the end of it, I couldn't sleep. And I'm like, what the hell did I just watch? I just felt like kind of sick to my stomach, kind of a little bit uneasy the whole night, that night after that.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's so many people, so much about it. I mean, just even the idea that a former president
could make such a movie
goes from, and I don't know if he's still not the earpiece in Joe Biden's ears.
I think he is, but
you know, maybe
hence Israel.
Maybe he is really involved in politics.
I believe he is.
But to pursue a career in entertainment, I mean, we've flipped the script completely since the pandemic and everything. It's like over the last 5-10 years, we've flipped the script completely. We have former actors and people who had you know, a career in the film business who went into politics. Reagan, Schwarzenegger, you know, they did it that way.
Yep.
Now you become a career politician.
Then you become an actor.
And then you become, then you get in the movie business and start making movies. It's like the script is all flipped upside down.
Yeah.
And it's up to us to write the ship. That's the thing. It's up to us as individuals to go, you know, it's not even a good movie. I mean, like like Dan said, it's not a good movie. It could have been done so much better.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if you want to have, you know, you want to put people in fear, then, you know,
that's the thing, is that it didn't have a lot of tension in it.
No, there's no suspense.
There's no suspense, no tension.
Whatsoever. I mean, you watch any Hitchcock movie, and it's suspenseful.
Right.
You don't know what's going to happen. This, oh, you know what's coming next, don't you? Oh, yeah, electric cars. Oh my God, now, oh, oil tanker. Oh, it's like, oh, for God's sake. I mean, really, it's just back off.
Yeah. All right, I think we're about to end it now. Any last thoughts, Nigel?
Yes. Yes, one last thought.
One last thought.
Fear versus love.
There you go.
That's life right now. Fear versus love. Choose love. I mean, unconditional love. I love Daniel.
Yeah.
I love being able to critique a film by lunatics who fund it. You know, it's whatever. But love, live life. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll have you just quaking in your boots. Oh, I don't want to go outside. Come on.
Misty Moon loves both of us.
Oh,
and Krista says that it was just full of cringe, nothing more.
Yeah.
It was very cringy.
It was cringy.
It was like, I was like, oh my gosh.
And sadly, I mean, I do think some of the actors in it are really good at their craft. And
no,
really
they are.
Very
I've always
actors.
loved Kevin Bacon and Ethan Hawke.
But
Yeah, always. Yeah.
But to tarnish themselves with something that's so dross. I mean, it's vapid at best. But but it's dangerous because it's trending, and the thing is with things that trend is they involve the youth, and the youth haven't yet formed an idea of this world. So what they're doing is forming an idea of this world from the propaganda that they're being force fed.
Right.
So it's kind of dangerous in that sense. And I don't like it because it's dangerous propaganda. It's dangerous for my kids.
And Dan didn't like the music. I did not like the music choices also, Dan. They did not match the movie at all. No. Not one bit. No. I know a YouTuber who travels the world that has a perfect section of music for every video he does. I don't know what was in Obama's head, but if it was Obama, but
I think he makes the financial decisions on it, and he did make. Yeah. Obviously, he was involved, but I don't know.
He said himself. He told the director that this is a probable future, that this is likely to happen. Not even probably. He said it was likely. That's what he told.
Well, he's dumb as a box of hammers. I'm sorry, Obama. You're dumb as a box of hammers. You're dumb as the person that followed you into that position in the White House. I'm sorry, but that's stupid to think that that's what we have. That's likely to happen.
Well, even if it is, but what we said was choose love, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Human beings can live without technology.
They have for a long time, right?
I mean, it's not just technology. See, the thing is,
Krista says, thanks for the convo. Glad to hear I'm not alone in this position. Yeah. The music didn't align with the scenes. You're right, Dan. Yeah, it didn't. It was just, it did not match at all.
I've been sending my music to music supervisors over the years. And we've had a couple bits in movies, but I mean, for the most part, it's so easy now for them to pick an A-list actor. Ooh, there, you're going to get the funding. Pick a song by U2 or some huge band. That's in the song, that's in the movie. It's a way in which to not make the movie better, but to make more people align with the movie. It's all about allegiance.
Allegiance, right?
You're aligning yourself with the movie because, oh my God, it was so and so from Radiohead did some of the music, or so and so from this. It's like, no, if it fits the mood of the film, then it's the right music. If it doesn't fit the mood of the film, it's the wrong music. It's simple. But no, now it's like you get these music supervisors and I got, I'm hooked in with this agency and management company. We've got all the hits of so and so on. Whatever. Yeah. Let my agent talk to your agent about this.
I'm the agent.
All right. Agent man.
All right, guys. I think that's enough for now because I got to use I got to do something. Let's just put it that way. Right. Yeah. All right, take it easy.
Cheers, Ed.